Good morning, students of class 10. Now, today we have to discuss about the transportation system in animals. And in animals, the transportation system in human beings and higher animals basically takes place through the blood circulatory system or the blood vascular system. And in this, the main composition is the blood, which is the main fluid of the body or the fluid connective tissue of the body. So this is the main vehicle or the main surface through which all things are transported throughout the body. Here let's see the composition of the blood. It is mainly composed of the fluid matrix that is called plasma, blood plasma, which contains 90% water and dissolved substances like proteins, minerals, salts, etc. In this fluid matrix, there are several blood cells, three types of blood cells basically. RBC, red blood corpuscles or red blood cells. It consists of a red pigment called hemoglobin, which is the main respiratory pigment also because it combines with oxygen and carbon dioxide to transport it throughout the body. And due to this hemoglobin, the color of the RBC is red. It is a biconcave and without any nucleus. Now, another kind and group of cells is the WBC, white blood cells or white blood corpuscles. It is meant for the protection of the body. It produces antibodies against the different antigens when infection occurs. It has many types of cells like basophils, neutrophils, and so many others, and different shapes and contains nucleus. And it produces mainly antibodies against infection to protect our body. Whereas the platelets are the thin rod-like cells which helps in mainly blood coagulation. During any kind of cut or bleeding, it forms a coagulation, a junction in the puncture site and prevent the blood to flow. So it is the natural protector of our body for the blood flow in any cut and injury. Now let's see what is the functions of the blood. Now see, the blood carries the oxygen from the lungs to different parts of the body. It carries carbon dioxide from the body cells to the lungs also. It carries digested food from the small intestine to all parts of the body. Blood carries hormones, which is an important chemical of the body, from endocrine glands to different organs and tissues. Blood carries waste products like urea from liver to the kidneys for excretion. Blood also protects our body from diseases because it produces antibodies to kill the germs against bacteria and viruses. Blood regulates the body temperature also. It is very important. As you know, normal body temperature is 37 degrees Celsius wherever we are. So these are the important functions of the blood. So now let's see how the transportation occurs and what are the composition parts of this transportation, human blood transportation. The main organ is the heart, which is just the structure of your fist, clenched fist, that is placed inside the left side of your body. It is just the size of your clenched fist. मुट्ठी की तरह होती है अपनी राइट साइड पर और ये लेफ्ट साइड में होता है. The heart is mainly the pumping organ, and let's see how it structures. But you must know that it has complete 4 chamber. In fishes it has 2 chamber, in amphibians 3 chamber, whereas in other higher organisms like mammals it has completely 4 chambered heart, and there is a complete separation of deoxygenated and oxygenated blood. Now it consists of the blood vessels, and there are almost 2 kinds, but the third kind is the capillaries. Artery mainly meant for the carrying of oxygenated blood. That means it carries the blood away from the heart and it is thicker in length and size, whereas veins, it carries mainly deoxygenated blood. That means it carries the blood back to the heart and therefore it has thinner walls and also contains some valves to prevent the backflow of the blood. Whereas the capillaries are very fine tubes that reaches to delicate parts or tissues of the body. So it helps the veins and arteries to reach delicate parts and carries the products from there. Now let's see the structure of the heart. It is a size of the fist, clenched fist. It contains the four-chambered, the right atrium in the above, then the right ventricle, and it is separated by septum, whereas here the left atrium and left ventricle. The complete four-chamber is there, and here is the supply of blood from the vena cava, that is the largest vein, which brings the deoxygenated blood to the right atrium, whereas from the right ventricle it goes to the lungs via pulmonary artery. And here in the left side, the pulmonary vein brings the blood to oxygenated blood to the left atrium, and there is a valve to control the flow of the blood to the right ventricle. So this is the complete structure of the heart, and through the aorta, the large aorta, large artery, the blood is flows to the different parts of the body.